Hi folks, Job Maltod Comics here. We're having a look at an old Bronze Age Marvel book, Marvel team up. Of course it is, featuring Spider-Man and Moondragon plus guest galore. Look at this cover. We get Moondragon, we get this dude with the bad Mohican. What is going on? And then Spider-Man's here and he's with the Vision, and for some reason they're trying to free Doctor Doom, who's in this kind of egg thing, and the Scarlet Witch is, I don't know what she's doing. What's Scarlet Witch doing now? Why is she so small? Is there perspective, or did they think that was meant to be the Wasp down there? Anyway, it's Gil Kane and Dan Atkins by the looks of it. So this is a great run of comics, Marvel team up. If you're a fan of Spider-Man, then you're probably well aware of this Bronze Age belter. Death in the Year Before Yesterday, we get a kind of time traveling trail, time traveling story. What's he saying? He don't even know what he's saying. Look at that splash page. I mean, crikey. Mantis and Iron Man and Doctor Doom, those floating heads up there. Let's see who wrote this. Of course, it's Bill Mantlo. Sal Buscema doing the heavy lifting here with Mike Esposito there. It's funny that, who's that? K Mantlo doing the letters? Is that something to do with Bill? And Marvel Team Up would come out every month, and it was like a kind of Spider-Man meets different heroes type book, yeah. And as far as I can tell, it wasn't directly in tune with the regular continuity of Amazing. Look at that! Oh my gosh! And it would be sort of the stories were kind of self-contained, but they often would run for, there would be 2-parters, 4-parters, that kind of stuff, and it would sometimes it wouldn't always be Spider-Man. I think I remember some issues when it was the Human Torch and Iceman and that kind of thing going on, almost like a Brave and the Bold type thing. But then it pretty much did settle down into just being Spider-Man meets various different Marvel heroes. But however, every now and then you would come across this arc that was just phenomenal. I mean, and again, I know I'm an old boomer, and I know that it's unfair to compare modern comics to older comics because it was a different time, there's different stuff going on. But I guarantee, see if they were to do this kind of story now, yeah, a time traveling epic with Doctor Doom and some old timey wimey super villains that nobody's ever heard of before, and you would have the Vision and the Scarlet Witch and Iron Man and Doctor Doom and Spider Man and Moondragon, and you would just have all these here. This would probably end up being like some kind of event, some kind of strange crossover event where all these characters would be involved in the plot, and it would run for 12 issues. And Marvel Team Up just did this kind of thing just as like a normal, just a run of the story. It's just a story we're doing. It's a story we're doing with all these heroes and major villains, and then there would be, and do you know this? I remember this at the time actually. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, is that the most shocking? Isn't that shocking in a Marvel book? Because we're back in the time of Salem here. Yeah, crikey. And yeah, that kind of caught me off guard there. I forgot all about that. So and Spider-Man Lost in Time and going through time, and in this next issue you can see he meets Killraven from the War of the Worlds season, Amazing Adventures and stuff. So it was just like this epic storytelling, just thrown away in Marvel Team Up, just in a kind of run of the mill book. Yeah, that they were doing, because these creators, they just fired on all cylinders. They would get an idea and they would run with it, and it would become. It was just like this monthly story. It wasn't an event. It wasn't a crossover. It wasn't a summer special. It wasn't, and it was really just part of the ongoing title. However, there was still some real rubbish issues as well. I remember Hercules pulled New York through the Hudson River for some reason, but every now and then they would strike gold with this kind of arc. It was just phenomenal. And the good thing is, these are quite cheap. You get them on eBay really, really cheap. If you look around, you can get these for like, I mean, I think I bought this, for like $2 or something. So you can get these classic old Bronze Age Spider-Man comics with all these guest stars, and they cost virtually nothing. So check him out, especially if you're a Spidey fan. You'll just love all this stuff. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.